Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar. I'm Ollie, and today we'll be running through the all-new Prima POD application, or proof of delivery as well. So if you've got any questions during or after the session, Mike will be on the live chat today, so ask any questions, give any feedback and get involved. Okay, so basically what we'll be covering is, first of all, what is the pod, what the benefits are to a Prima dealer, the key features, and also the setup from kind of Prima Cloud's point of view. So how you link it in with the pod app, how you use the delivery notes to sync in with drivers, and so on. So first of all then, so what is the pod app? So it's available on iOS and Android. So basically it's enabling quick and easy sign-on delivery. So it's literally just an app on your phone or on a tablet. Go to your delivery, get your customer to sign it, put any notes on, and then complete it. Once you complete that actual delivery note on the app, that then transfers through to Prima Cloud, date and time stamps it, and confirms the delivery note in Prima. So there's quite a few benefits to it, which I'll run through shortly as well. So it's downloadable from an app store. So all you need is a username to log into the actual app, which you can set up within the admin of Prima, just a general Prima user. And you also need the data reg key as well. So that's available from customer services. So if you don't have your data reg key in your notes anywhere, then give us a shout and we can provide that information for you as well. Okay. In the admin, I'll run through shortly as well. There's basically an area which, in fact, I'll just get up now. There's an area within the admin. So if you log into your administration, go to system keys, into manifest, there's a section here we can basically enable the use of the pod. That then just allows you to log into the pod and confirm delivery notes and so on. Okay, so moving on to the first point then. In fact, that's just the pod. Moving on to the first point. So benefits for you. So first of all, you can save time. So saving time in terms of going back into the office to confirm the dispatch notes. Saving time in general, just literally getting a signature, confirming the note, and that then transfers through to Prima. Saving cost on paper, so you don't technically need to take a delivery note with you to your customer, get them to sign for the goods, and that's then done. Some customers that are using it at the moment will just take one and just give it to the customers like a kind of proof of what they've had delivered. Electronic service to your clients, so it's kind of professional, techie kind of brand, being able to give them like DPD or Hermes, any kind of company like that, being able to sign for it gives it a kind of professional look to it as well. You can capture signed for delivery information and store in Prima. So rather than having to file away all your delivery notes and confirmations, it's there to see in your system. And also, if you're a Prima Go customer, the information's there for your customer to see on the web store as well. So they can log on, have a look at the previous orders and see what they've signed for and what they've not signed for, and so on. And also it provides an electronic structure to arranging deliveries as well. So what I'll run through at the latter stage of this webinar today, we'll be going through how you use manifests in Prima. So basic manifests is having 50 dispatch notes, 10 dispatch notes, however many it may be, on one manifest, which basically that then is basically like a route. You then put all your dispatch notes onto the manifest and give it to a driver, which then is loaded onto their phone, and they've got 10 dispatch notes, for example, on the one manifest. Okay. The key features, so it's dead easy to use. All you need to do once you've set it up is literally put a key in, put your username and sign in, and then each time you've got a manifest loaded onto that user, you can then see load the manifest, see all your delivery notes, which I'll show you a video of it shortly as well, and then literally just click onto it, get your signature, put any notes in and hit complete. Dead straightforward to use. You've also got the ability to adjust and skip drops on the go. So if, for example, someone that you need to get signed for isn't in and you want to come back later on, you can skip the drop and come back to it later on as well. If for whatever reason there's no connection on the phone or bad signal, for example, then what you can do is get the signature and just basically store it, and then you can complete it when you go back to your van or whatever it may be to then confirm that delivery and get the signature into Prima. You can add notes when completing a delivery, so if there's any notes to send back to the office, you can put the notes into the pod, put who it's the attention for, who signed for it, anything like that. You can put the notes in and then complete it, and that'll transfer through to Prima as well. The obvious one, capturing your customer's signatures, covered that one already. The signature visible on dispatch note report in Prima, so within movements dispatched and the reports list, the new report within there has basically got the option to add in the POD signature, or we can add that into your existing report. It's just a data field in the report. On the manifest, you can also see a Google map of the suggested routes. It will say, we suggest you do this one number 1, that one number 2, that one number 3, and you can then order your dispatch notes and your manifest to suit either Google Maps, or you can do it suiting yourself. So if your driver lives far away and he's going to finish the drop at his house, for example, then you can basically redesign the manifest to say, well, actually that one's going to be last instead of first, and so on. You can also quickly manage your routes and load the pod app through the manifest in Prima, which I'll be covering in just a moment as well. Okay. So again, any questions during or after the session, ask away on the chat, or drop an email to myself, or the training team will be happy to help as well. Okay. So I'll show you now a video of the actual app in action. So I'll pull that across. I'll start that from the beginning, and there's the Magic Man Mo. So let's move that over. Okay. So as you can see, once you've logged into the app, you've then got the option to open, sync and load. So if you did have the option, which I'll just pause actually just while I cover that. So you've got the option to open the manifest, which obvious reason you can see all your dispatch notes. If it's not syncing, such as you've got no Wi-Fi, you've got no data, whatever it may be, you can then sync it and also load the manifest as well. So before opening your manifest, you've got the option to load that onto the phone. Okay. So once you click open, you can then see your dispatch notes straight away. Scroll across them, pick which one you wanted to sign for. So you can always go to number 2 if you've not got number 1 available at the moment and skip it. So you can add in your notes, which will transfer through to Prima Cloud. Get signature, save, and then complete, and that would then transfer through to Prima Cloud and confirm the dispatch note. So as you can see there, the date's on there, the time, and the status of the dispatch note as well. So seeing that now into Prima, got that one open. So in the manifest, I remove one off it after the video, and you can see that's the one that was signed for there. As you can see, there's the date it was signed for, the time. Double click into there. Let's go onto the screen, drag that across. And then you can see there's a signature it was, there's the date and timestamp, there's the notes that are pulled through, and that's just some information about the manifest as well. So you can, from your manifest, click through and see all that information as well. Okay, so next kind of point to go through is basically how do you get it to this stage? How do you get it onto your manifest? So what you would do, normal case scenario, you'd build your dispatch notes as you normally do on your day-to-day, but then there's just an extra step to get it onto this manifest. So what you would do is in your movements and manifest, which I've already got open at the top here, you can click search and then see all the existing manifests within there. So the one that I've just been looking at then is in this list. To get it to this stage, what you would do is go to your available lines to find out what dispatch notes are available to go onto this manifest. So you probably won't need to change depot for your database, but on our test one I just need to change that to HQ, run a search, and these are all the dispatch notes that are ready to be put onto a note. So I'm just sorting by dispatch note number there so I can see the latest at the top. And if now I want to put these onto 1 manifest, 2 manifests, 3 manifests, I can highlight what I'm wanting to generate. So these 4 just as an example. Create the notes, and then that puts me in this section then to decide if I'm going to create a completely new manifest or whether I'm going to add it to an existing manifest as well. So as you can see, on this side here, I've already got outstanding manifests in the system that haven't yet been pushed through. So if I wanted to, I could add these 4 dispatch notes onto this northeast route already that's generated. What I can also do is create a new manifest altogether and create a completely new manifest list. So I'd have 4 manifests outstanding. So what you can do in terms of the van routes is you can decide by location what they belong to. So in this test database, we've got northeast, we've got south, we've got testing, we've got all sorts of van routes, and you can basically apply that to the location. So if you've got locations in the north and you just want to apply those to that, you can do. And that just basically gives you a guideline in terms of how you're going to build your manifests going forward. So if this now said northeast route, I don't have to add that to the existing northeast route. I can create a completely new one for the south route, for example. So it's flexible in how you can create your manifest, basically is what I'm trying to say. So on this one now, what I can do, create a new manifest. That moves it over to this section. You can see there's the 4 dispatch notes on this new manifest. And I can close out of there, job's done. And I can find that now in the list. Okay, so there's one at the top there, outstanding, route name, no van route. So you'd open the manifest, and what you can do from here, so you can see your dispatch notes, what the current route is. So as an example, as I said before, if you're wanting to finish in Widnes, as an example, You can move that down, move it down, and that's then the last drop on the dispatch notes. If you're then loading onto your driver's device, you just need to select what the user is. So if it was on my phone, for example, select the driver, click load, and that then would be available then to load the manifest on that app, which you've seen on that video earlier. So once you've clicked load, I just click load now. Once you save the changes, and that's then on my phone ready to be actioned. You can go on the map as well and see what the suggested route is. So before clicking load, if you've got your coordinates set, which it looks as though I've not set those before this, you can then see exactly where it is up to. You'll be able to see number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 is the route, and telling you where to go as well via Google Maps. If there was any problems with the phone, say for example you lost it, it was broke, whatever it may be, something's gone wrong, you can override the pod as well. So you've got the option here to override it, which basically, if you were to override it and there's no information in here, it would remove all the dispatch notes from this existing manifest, and you can manually amend those manifests in the system as well, and the dispatch notes. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything, apart from the fact that you can link through to your dispatch notes here as well. So you can double click, go into your dispatch note and see the information. So as an example, if you're wanting to know where your driver's up to in the day, then you can go into your manifest, see, well, that one's been completed at this time, that one's been completed at 2 o'clock, these two are still outstanding, and you can just click into there and see what the date and timestamps are on the dispatch note and see the information basically, which is quite a neat feature as well. Okay, that is everything for today's session. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask on the live chat, or if you're watching this back on YouTube, then just contact myself or the training team, and we can run through that in more detail for you as well. Okay, well, thank you for your time today. I hope you all have a great weekend.